What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. You got Caleb Wagner, aka Wags My Tag, coming back inside your eye. And I'm talking about the Final Four just ended. I just watched the last game, and the finals were pretty nerve-wracking. I was feeling for both the players out there. The pressure was paramount. I just want to say congratulations to the Connecticut Huskies. They ended up pulling it out, 59 to 54. It came down to free throws, man. They were like 10 for 10, and it was pretty much that was the difference between them and the Kentucky Wildcats. Either way, I thought it was an incredible game. We get about halfway into it, and I like to see who the refs are making more questionable calls upon, and I noticed that Kentucky was getting worse calls than the Connecticut Huskies, so I started rooting for them. Unfortunately, me rooting for them did not make the difference. They played a really strong defensive game, but they just really not on the offensive stretch. Like they could not put it in the basket. Like it's kind of sad. I really thought that they were going to pull through with it. The Kentucky Wildcats, they threw down, they did their thing. Garrison, he looked like he was balling, doing a pretty bang up job, if I don't say so myself. I thought they did well, but it just wasn't enough this time. They've had some luck throughout the gauntlet, but this time it was not enough to make it through the very end. The Connecticut Huskies, they had their clutch moments. They were just keeping that lead, and then they sat on it, and they just worked with that momentum. And like I said, they did not stumble when it came to the free throws. They were just knocking every single one of those down. And it was a poetic game. It was pretty interesting. There was a lot of famous people there as well. They panned to Tony Romo for a second, and I thought it was very comical that George W. Bush was like panned in the background, and then immediately the camera just shutters away from it because they didn't want to draw attention that the former president of the United States was in attendance. But I think that's funny that they mentioned Tony Romo. Like he has more, fans and followers than George W. Bush, who's sitting right beside him. Hilarity. I feel bad for Drake. He was rooting for the Kentucky Wildcats. Shout out to Drake. Besides that, guys, like I said, it was a pretty interesting game. The CBS logo was being blasted in front of our eyes the entire time. So the Illuminati did have their fun there. It was pretty interesting. And besides that, guys, it was just an overall good game. We'll come back. We'll see what happens. The Wildcats are a very young team, but Connecticut has it this year. Shout out to the Huskies. Either way, guys, get back at it for more of the best on the internet, because this is where it is consistently dropped in front of your eyes and where it will continue to be dropped. So, guys, keep it easy, keep it locked, stay positive, and don't forget to make those free throws when they count. Keep it easy, guys. Peace.